Alright, time for some solo gathering in the mists. It's been a while since I have been there. Time to use my Avalonian Tools and my almost 8.3 gear. Again. I actually don't know, or rather don't remember how many journals I kind of need for one run. I mean, one run basically means my inventory space is full, which happens relatively quickly once I get a chest, once I manage to get into some tier 7 map or tier 8 map. So basically, as always, the plan is to just take all the tier 6 resources in the tier 6 or rather level 6 and level 7 maps and just look for the good stuff, the legendary mists. Randomly getting a green coffer already? I guess 5k silver? Okay, this is a tiny bit more actually. Usually in almost everything else that I do, I would take the relics and souls and runes as well. But here I'm going to have inventory space issues. Usually when I got into a tier 7 map or a tier 8 map, I never really managed to get into a different kind of map as well. There are just too many like 6.1, 7.1 resources everywhere. Which is also why in the last like 1 or 2 runs I did not even take 6.1 resources, simply because in the mists you find almost none of those. So I think I'm going to do it the same way this time. The exception being 6.1 hide, but hide is an exception in itself anyways, because hide is only found in animals that are always full in the mists. Always 5 out of 5 or 9 out of 9 if it's a tier 7 thing. There's 5.2, actually quite valuable. Sadly, I'm not going to find any more of that. Basically hoping that this mist is closing as quickly as possible, to be honest. So I will have a million wisps on the ground. Hoping that one of those will be enchanted and I'm going to get into a higher level map. Everything is better than tier 6. And I will on average get way more money in anything that's not tier 6. Even though I'm going to skip like 6.1 resources, 6.2 on the other hand is so expensive that like these 3 pieces are already worth 22,000 silver. So that's totally legitimate to take. I mean, even while I'm running around like this, it's still possible for me to find legendary mists, legendary wisps. It's just way less likely than when the mist is closing and everywhere the stuff is spawning. And here, this was the example for why I'm going into duo mists and not solo mists. Some people saw me and they totally did not chase me. And just as I say that, I got a random dude just chasing me. Usually this does not happen. Let's see. I will run around and see if he manages to understand that I'm not going to fight him anytime soon. Let's see how long it takes him. Because there's no way he's ever going to catch me. Or his friend. But I mean, if he really wants to chase me until this mist closes, then so be it, I guess. Let's see, let's see. Let's look at his endurance. I could try to make him run into so many mobs that he's going to lose his mount. But that's basically actually not realistic. Oh, 5.2. Would like to gather that. Let's see when he is going to stop chasing me. I should have looked at the clock. I mean, doesn't he want to do anything useful? I would not think that he's solo. Let's invite him. Yeah, he has a friend. Here's his friend. Demonic Staff. 7.0. Masterpiece. Not a healer combo. Interesting. There's a wolf that I would like to take. This is exactly the reason why I don't play in solo mists, because there are way more people like this in solo mists. I mean, I'm thinking about actually just leaving. But my hope is that he would stop, or rather they would stop chasing me. Someone. Maybe he thinks I'm just a transporter or something. Okay, so he's not playing together with the demonic staff, but together with another carving sword. I'm really interested in seeing if they will actually chase me until this map is gone. Even though this is not very efficient for my money per time, still kind of interesting. I mean, I'm obviously worth way more than they ever will make. Because with like double damage dealer you do not really win against anything. Never mind, so the guy who's chasing me is the demonic. At least for now, the carving is trying to dismount me, which kinda makes sense because the demonic cannot dismount me in any way. Are they going to try to do that with invisibility potions or something? Maybe. Because I don't know how he intends to get close enough to me. to actually dismount me. So they weren't interested in going for the chest, or maybe the carving sword guy took the chest solo. Well, they really do seem to believe that it's possible to catch me. Did I manage to get rid of them? Crazy place. Using my jump for a little bit of extra distance and then running into this lake. There was somebody dismounted, I think. Which would not really make too much sense. Are they back to chasing me? Yes, they are. Okay. Ran into 6 guy. Okay. These guys are very, very dedicated. Oh, there's a blue one, I believe. Yeah, it's rare. Would like to take that. So now these 2 guys are taking the rare one, I believe. And now everybody's just looking for better wisps. But it seems like this guy is now chasing me. Which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, there's a green one. Would like to take that. He's going to take that, okay. There's an argument for actually taking those tier 6 tigers. Even when the mist is closing. Simply because it's super fast and tier 6 hide is almost twice as valuable as every other tier 6 resource. These people were extremely dedicated to chasing me. They didn't want to look for... Wait a second, they did not take the rare wisp actually? They did not take it? Were they just hoping to dismount one of these guys? Wow. I mean... I was kinda... Like, I was about to say... At least they chose the other wisp. And did one meaningful decision. But why did they not take the rare one? I really would have liked to take it myself. Maybe they were just trying to bring me some luck. Maybe they were trying to show me that there's a legendary wisp hiding somewhere in this map. Did I actually take roast pork? I didn't. I was actually thinking about taking some roast pork with me. So I would have an easier time doing some things, some mobs. Green one. If it's not tier 7, I'm going to zone back and look for a better one. It is tier 7, nice. There's also some Wisp. I'm not 100% sure if I actually want to take that though. I could. I'm pretty safe with 8.3 tank here. High mobility. Cleanse. Twice. I could take a look at it. I'm not sure if it's worth it though. It's an enchanted wisp though, an enchanted mist. So less dangerous people are in this map actually than in the common ones. Because everybody is going for PvP in the mists. Is entering from Brazilian basically. Almost everyone. Especially when talking about duo mists. So the higher tier maps are usually way safer. I'll take a look at the Wisp. It's quite some money, even though I'm not going to try to mathematically conclude how much money it's going to be approximately. Quite a few tier 7 resources. Random copper. 14 seconds on the Wisp. Let's take a look. Is somebody there? Nobody's here yet. There's something I would like to gather. And it is blue. I kinda would like to gather this, but I think I'm going to prioritize. Wait a second. There's still 38 seconds on that coffer, so I'm actually going to gather it. "20 seconds. Pretty good timing. Nobody there to take the Wisp, interestingly enough. But yeah, there are just a lot of people that are dangerous in the normal common mists. And here in these enchanted mists there are way less. Way less. And the coffer is green. Almost money. Almost got rich. Even though the last green one actually gave me like, what was it, 60k? 20k from this one. Usually they do not give that much. Do I want to gather on my way transporting this thing? That's a big question. I mean, I'm way less safe without my mount. So maybe I should prioritize getting this thing to where it belongs. I'm not 100% sure. Because even right now I'm not that in danger, but I would probably play somewhat aggressively in a way. Meaning that I would not immediately drop this thing. I probably should, if I wanted to play super safe. I mean, it's almost not possible to kill me, unless two teams find me, which is definitely possible. Some more tier 7, some more tier 6 stuff. Will I just gather everything that's on my way? Would make the stuff way more efficient, but also way more dangerous. With my mount, I'm basically invulnerable in here, unless I disconnect. There's a person using a mace. He does not seem to be very interested in me. I mean, to be honest, in a duo mist, there's definitely the very, very real thought about that I may not be alone. Imagine me not being alone. I don't know if I would want to fight me, even though I'm not really going to deal any damage, to be honest. But it's still an 8.2 weapon, so it's some damage at least. Let's see how much favor this is going to give me. So many mobs. I walked the wrong way. So let's see, how much favor is this going to be? And there's a tree in the way. 2600, and there's a spider, and there's a small chest. Or do I want to take different spells for the spider? Probably not. Probably not. Spiders are too easy. Actually use different spells. I probably would want to not let the spider spawn things under my pig. Not sure if I wanna put that much attention to it though. 270k fame is quite good. So what's worth anything here? It's all pretty bad, to be honest. It's all pretty bad. There's a person. Well. Don't really want to take any of that stuff. A healer. I'll be too late for the chests. Really took forever to do this spider. When not being on the maximum damage spells. Do I still want to look at the chest? Nope. It's taken. I mean, it's still... I'm not going to engage a fight against like a healer carry combo. Even if they are only using tier 6 gear or something. Would be a pretty close fight if I would even win with this gear. This gear is not that great for fighting. It's only good for running away. Unless I have an insane advantage. Because some of my spells counter spells of somebody else. Or if I have an insane advantage because I simply have way better stats because I'm using very, very high level gear. Still thinking about if I just want to bring some roast pork. So I can heal up while doing those mobs. Would make it much safer. It's probably worth it. My inventory gets full, I can always still throw away that stuff. And I pretty much always want to do tier 3 mobs, I believe. Pretty much always want to do these artifact mobs. That partially can be quite annoying, can do quite a lot of damage. So, that's 6.1. It is... How much money is that? 14,000. It's really not much. I kind of wanted to check out the fiber area actually. I was interested in seeing if there's a lot of tier 7 fiber, which then would be quite nice. Now I'm so far away from it. But actually, back to the topic of wisps. 2600 favor. I think one Conqueror's chest costs 5500 favor. And one Conqueror's chest is like round about 150k silver per chest. So transporting this wisp gave me 75k silver. Probably not worth it. Probably should not be transporting wisps unless they are like purple or legendary maybe. Tier 6 dungeon. I'm not really interested in dungeons when I'm doing this. Also pretty terrible at killing mobs. I deal 0 damage to anything. Really need to remember bringing some rose block for annoying artifact mobs like this V-scale dragon thing. So let's look around, only take valuable stuff now. Let's see if I can get a better wisp. Can find another tier 7 map or something even better. If I find a resource mob of tier 7 or a tier 6 height resource mob, and I'm going to take that as well, I think. But I'm going to skip all the other stuff now. Hide. I think I'm only going to take the special hide mobs, aka the tigers, or whatever their name is. Probably, well, I actually don't know. Going to try to remember looking at the name of those. If I find one that's alive. Now I'm just, well, 6.3. It's something I probably don't even want to take, because I'm not going to find any more of that. And now I'll just have like 1, 2 or 3 pieces of that in my inventory. Never going to get more. That's a tier 7 resource mob. I'll take that. I'll take that. It's just so much. And so fast. And there's a chance to get it. Even a tier 8 fame book. I believe. I mean, the chance is pretty low, but the profit is very high. Another one. Wow. Actually lost my mount. Unfortunate. Like 6.3 stone, it's not bad. It's quite good. But I'm not going to find any more of that. But maybe I'm going to reset if I don't find another tier 7 map while looking for wisps right now. 7.1 is kind of sad, actually, because I'm not going to get too much of that. And now I have one stack worth 6,000 silver in my inventory. But as long as I'm not finding anything else, it's like whatever, I guess. That's 7.1. Kinda wanna gather that. But that's even less valuable than 7.1 wood. At least 2 pieces. At least 14k. Better than those tier 6 resources. But not very efficient talking about my inventory space. Let's see. Will I manage to run into a random legendary wisp now, shortly before this mist is closing, or will I not? There's a wisp, but it is just a common one. I don't care about that. Three wisps at once. And slowly it's getting too close to actually still be able to enter one. I believe if I find one now, I may still be able to do so. But now it's virtually impossible. So let's actually get some roast pork. So I have an easier time doing spiders and artifact mobs, tier 3 mobs and stuff like that. Half an hour and I basically fill one journal. Not even, less than one journal. So I definitely don't need to take that many journals with me. But it's not like I'm intending to die anyways. Plan is to play relatively safe anyhow. Roast pork. Do I have roast pork in my inventory? In my loot? I do. Let's take that. Okay. Time to go again. This was like the first time that I've been chased for so insanely long in a duo mist. That's not very unusual in solo mists, to be honest. A lot of people in solo mists that simply do nothing the whole time. And likewise don't mind if they want to spend their time to, without any chances, chase somebody who's never going to be killable. Let's skip those random 6.1 resources and 5.1 resources, which I would usually gather if I was in the black zone or the roads. Simply because I'm going to get so few here. Even though after the last tier 7 map I didn't really have any problems with my inventory space. But when I went into tier 8 maps, it was a whole different story, and then I had to throw away multiple 6.1 stacks in my inventory that were only worth like 5k silver, 6k silver, 7k. Actually my pork pie ran out. Time to refresh that. And actually put the roast pork in. There's a name, Mist Cougar. Mist Cougar it is. There's a dungeon. And it is level 6. I don't even know why I'm looking at the levels of those. It's not going to change anything. Even if it's a tier 8 one, I'm not going to go into it. Maybe I should though. But I'll be very, very inefficient about clearing this kind of stuff. The only question about this guy is he solo? Because if he is, then he would be a pretty good kill. To be honest. I mean, pretty good is an over-exaggeration. But a weapon that's worth 80k. Not too terrible. As well as random cape as well. And with random I mean exactly the opposite. Cape that's actually worth something. Not a terrible kill. And he probably would have been pretty weak. I think he had very low levels on his items. Probably rather new to the game. Somebody took tier 6 resources here, but did not gather all the tier 6 hide. Maybe the hide just respawned or something. Ooh. That's a lot of money. Better than a tier 6 fame journal. Maybe not for hide. I don't know the price for hide fame journals. But better than... what was it that I've gotten the last time? Was it ore? Or wood? I think one of that. A lot of animals here. Pretty good. Definitely the best resource. And luckily the prices for resources, I've like 1 hour ago or so, I sold a couple of things. The resource prices in Brazilian are pretty okay. They are relatively normal compared to the prices in the royal cities. So it's not even terrible to gather tier 6 resources. In Brazilian, from Brazilian. Which was the case not too long ago. Maybe because nobody was transporting them. Maybe people are transporting now to make some profit. Should I have killed this thing a little bit further away? Nah, it should be fine. I'm able to gather this without getting aggro. Really mainly looking for tier 8 maps while doing this, to be honest. Even though a tier 8 map is no guarantee for insane loot. But it's definitely at least going to be pretty good loot. More than 2 million per hour on average. But the time can be very short that I'm allowed to spend in there. Like, I think once I only had 10 minutes left in that thing. Which would mean only 200k? No, not really. That's not how to calculate that. Probably like, I don't know. What's 2 million divided by 60? Multiplied by 10, so divided by 6 basically. 388 maybe? 380,000 silver, or rather loot worth 380,000 silver. Maybe. Is my mind coming to the number 8 level? It's probably something like 306, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Eight doesn't seem very reasonable. This looks like a tier 2 mob. I don't think I want to do tier 2 mobs. I probably only want to do tier 8 mobs. Not tier 8, tier 3. No matter if I am in a tier level 6 map. Or 7 or 8.
Probably always want to do.
The mobs with a circle around them that have spikes. Because those give tons of fame and have a super high chance to drop a book. And even a pretty decent chance of actually dropping decent good items. Expensive items as well. Especially in tier 8 maps. Still somewhat rare. But in the end, pretty high chance compared to any drop chance of valuable items in any loot tables. Luckily this mist closes pretty early right here, so I can be on the lookout for a good wisp very quickly. I mean, so far I think my chance to find a tier 7 map or better has been like 50-50, like in those 5 minutes that those mists are closing. If I start gathering the tier 6 hide animals now, in the meantime, then my chance is probably going to drop a little bit. Since I'm not running around as much, not exploring as much. But it's probably worth it to take those tigers, those mist cougars. Probably worth it. They're quite good and have a pretty decent chance of dropping such swift claw babies as well. Actually don't know what their exact name is either. But I'm pretty positive that I'm going to drop one anyways. In the course over my runs right now. So I may be able to check the name. Once again a coffer and I got 400k. Well. Well. But it feels like the loot from the stuff in the mists has been better in the last week or something. Maybe even longer now already. Before, I only got garbage every time I looted anything in the mists except the public treasure chests. Everything else was complete garbage loot-wise. So, kinda curious if anything was changed actually. If SBI actually increased the chance to find items in those coffers, in those areas, these PvE areas. It's definitely possible. I'm actually finding very few wisps. There's a good one. And no matter if it's tier 7 or tier 8, I'm going to take it. Like, with a chance of 50-50, it's not going to be easy to find something better than this. Actually, pathway to Brazilian. Big map, so everything is even a little bit more value than in the... What was I in? It was a green tier 7 map. So pretty good map here. Kind of. Not really, to be honest. Tier 8 is so much better. So much better. But Definitely way better than any of those tier 6 maps. Actually used my E a little bit too early. Maybe I'll even find some artifact mob. Or maybe a spider. Or maybe a coffer. Maybe I'll even get a small chest. Such a public small chest. I mean, the best thing that I can find here still would indeed be... I mean, okay. I was thinking about 7.3 height or I think they're both pretty similar, I believe. But actually a legendary small chest? It's probably better. Probably better than a full 7.3 resource mob. Of the best kind. Once again, I think I'm going to check the Wisp actually. Here in those enchanted maps. Not going to do so in the common mists. We'll probably even skip the treasure chests in the common mists, but in those enchanted mists, there are, for one, going to be more solo players, so less danger because of that. And for two, all the dangerous duo groups are resetting relatively often, likewise spending most of their time in common mists. Not that much in those highly enchanted mists. And this one kind of counts as an highly enchanted one. There was a person, he was mounted up when I first saw him. Actually don't know if he dismounted afterwards. 25 seconds until it's going live. There's a person. Both Badone. Is he in a group? He is in a group. This guy here is probably not solo either. He's going to try to fight me, right? Yeah, he is. Maybe he's in a group with the SWAT guy. Wasn't the SWAT guy only using 4.1 armor? I'm not sure. But and it also doesn't matter. Like, it's not really reasonable in any way to actually pick a fight there. There's no way this makes sense in any universe. Unless for some reason this carving sword dude is winning against the bow of Badone. So I can chase the bow of Badone down. Because he was using tier 9 gear. He's pretty expensive. Like, he's worth like 3 million or so. Definitely a good catch. But not a matchup that I really want to fight. One-on-one even. Not with these items. A big stack, and it is 6.0 stone. That's pretty damn bad. 6.0 guy. Why does he have invisibility potions? I do not understand. I don't understand. Visibility potions only really make sense if you got some mobility. Because almost every single weapon has some way to damage you right after using an invisibility potion. People were going to the east, seeing me here. Not sure what they were doing here. Maybe they... Oh, 7.1. Sadly, only one. Yep. You can never be happy about finding enchanted resources standing on the ground. They're always empty. I mean, in tier 8 mists, if there are some enchanted tier 8 resources, sometimes they are more than 1 out of 11. But those tier 7 resources are almost always 1 out of 9 or 2 out of 9. I don't know what's about that. But you can never really be very happy about finding those things. But I guess better than not finding them. While in the black zone or in the roads, those things could actually be full. They can actually be full. Happens very rarely. More often in the roads than in the black zone, but in the mists, almost never. Not the case for stone very often. Stone, on the other hand, 4 out of 9, 6 out of 9 here and there. Is there actually a gathering area on this map? And if so, do I want to check it out? No, not really. No gathering area in this one. Six out of 9. But for some reason, this one is 1 out of 9. But maybe there are just gatherers in the mists. Maybe there are gatherers in the mists. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That could be the case. And it could be the case that this stuff is simply just respawning very slowly, which would make sense for high tier resources, even though it seems to be a little bit different in the mists from my experience. Because usually those things need very long to respawn. In the roads and in the black zone. While here, I've seen it so often that this stuff is respawning. But maybe... I don't know. Like even tier 8 resources. Those things seem to be, like for example here, 1 out of 9, took 1 out of 9 again. Those things here seem to respawn quicker. Somebody gathered slate. What is going on? Maybe he's leveling stone? Gathering? Otherwise it would be kind of crazy to gather such a thing. Hopefully I'm still going to find some coffer or spider or artifact mob while I'm in this map. After all, it's a purple map. Even though I don't know if this map being epic makes the artifact mobs actually better. I don't know if this is related in some way. I also don't know if there can be tier 8 artifact mobs in a tier 7 map. Probably not. Haven't seen that yet. And it's not the case in the roads, it's not the case in the black zone. So I would think the same rules apply to the mists. But I can't be 100% sure. The random 8.0 heavy mace. From a green coffer. And I believe it was in a tier 6 map, or was it in the tier 7 map? I believe it was even in the tier 6 map. But I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'd always be lucky, but sometimes you just get a random direwolf pup. Or pup. Sometimes you just get a tier 8 heavy mace. Can I use it? I can't even use it. Don't know what my level is on maces. Probably extremely low, to be honest. Item equipable. I'm level 10. Yeah, I can't use that kind of stuff. Not my kind of weapon. So can I find something interesting? Perhaps. I think in this map I haven't found a single resource mob, to be honest. Not a single one. No wood, no fiber, no hide, no stone, no ore. Not a single resource mob in this map so far. Which is kind of sad. And I've already covered a lot of space. But maybe a lot of people that are walking around here are actually gathering. I mean, I've seen some people and almost nobody wanted to fight. I'm not sure how many gatherers are going to enter such a map. Don't know how much other gatherers actually value the mists. Not sure if other gatherers actually are a little bit more scared of duo mists than solo mists. Because usually I would not have this kind of gear when I'm running around gathering. But as long as somebody got double cleanse, should be fine against one shot. And likewise fine against everything. Just maybe not able to do all the artifact mobs. Tier 8 map. Feels like I'm pretty lucky right now, to be honest. So I'm only going to gather 7.1, 8.0, and tier 7 hide. And 6.2 stuff. Somebody went invisible. This guy is not really worth too much. Do I still want to try? Couldn't really see too much because I was inspecting. But as I said, this guy's not really worth too much and he should be pretty slippery if he plays the jump on his W, which he may not do. He also didn't go into the exit. He wasn't too scared. I guess I saw him mounting up too late because I was inspecting. But he was not very interesting anyways. So I didn't pay too much attention, and because the exit was so close I didn't have too high hopes personally. Anyways. Tier 8 resources. Beautiful stuff. There's even a gathering area. I'm going to check that out. There are kind of two gathering areas. The one in the north is not really one. It's just like a kind of gathering area. This thing in the west. I'll take a look at that. Maybe there are tons of tier 8 resources. But some gathering areas are really full of low tier gathering resources for some reason. Let's slowly walk towards this gathering area there in the west, while checking out as much as possible on the way there, taking all the tier 8 resources. It's been some days that I've taken tier 8 resources. Finally getting some levels again. There's a person. Well, This person is not very dangerous. I'm not even sure if you can even benefit from being in a tier 8 mist. But what is even the benefit of being in a tier 8 mist? Maybe those PvE chests are not that insanely bad anymore. But it's not like PvE gives good loot. It has never been the case and will never be. It would not make sense since it's the only way to get PvE fame. You're getting quite a lot of it per time when doing PvE. Gathering area. Tier 8 resources? Tier 5 even. Tier 5. This is not nice. What the hell is that? Could have taken the 5.2 to be honest. Could have actually taken this 5.2 ore there. This guy is really not very scared. He has pretty good levels. Except on his axe. His axe is pretty damn low. The rest was pretty high. Interesting. Maybe beforehand he leveled something different. Maybe spear or something. But look at my inventory. It's so full. If I find anything special, I'll have problems with my inventory space. And hopefully I'll find something special. It's only a rare, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think so. So I guess the chance to find enchanted resources in here is lower. Tier 7 Fire Mage. I don't have a healer, so I could actually fight them. Would not make much sense though. Would not make much sense. He dismounted. That's very nice. So now he's going to lose sight of me. My mount should be equally as quick. Yeah. Same speed as a Swiftclaw. But this can potentially not be enough to actually get away from people. But I mean, they would only be wasting their time and my time. Just like these two wolf players in the beginning. It's nothing to gain unless I want to die. Which I kind of do not want to do. So there's actually no positive outcome for either of us. Fogfire is running out. Gotta take another hit. Oh, 3 out of 11. Stone is something special. Nobody takes stone. I mean, nobody is an over-exaggeration. Otherwise, I would be constantly gathering in tier 8 highland maps. Because tier 8 stone is still very valuable. But comparatively, there are way less people running around taking stone. Only 4 more places in my inventory. That's not very much. I'm not very sure if I want to take a look at this place in the north. But I probably want to check out the edge of the map anyways. There are high tier resources always. And compared to the black zone, it's not empty. On the edge of the map. For some reason, in the mists. Probably simply because they are respawning the whole time. very often, for some reason. Guess just some artificial mist mechanics. Because, like, I probably could clear the mist very quickly, but I would probably also need so long. Anyways. That it wouldn't really matter. There's more tier 8 stuff. There's more tier 8 stuff. There's some 7.1 stuff. There's more 7.1 stuff. Looks like he's not chasing anymore. That's nice. That's quite nice. So I can continue gathering in peace. Or maybe he's trying to gank me with invisibility, but... his friend is a fire mage. Oh, look at that. This gathering area actually has tier 8 resources. Nice. So this is a stone and ore gathering area, I guess? We'll see very soon. Maybe there can also be trees. But definitely ore and stone seem to be concentrated here. Kinda fits to the... Ooh, 2 out of 11, okay. I like it. I like it. Let's see how much I'm going to get. 1 with premium bonus. Another 1 with premium bonus, so 4 pieces, so I would guess I got 100k. 155k. Nice, nice. Now imagine I actually find an enchanted resource mob.
Full 11 stacks.
It would be pretty damn nice. 8.2, 7.3, or even 8.3. It's been so long that I've gotten 8.3. So long. Time. Find more of that. Juicy 8.2. But yeah, this gathering area does indeed have tier 8 resources. And the other gathering area, tier 4, tier 5 and tier 6. And the tier 8 map. Tier 4 resources even existing. Feels kind of crazy. Really nice that this one team here did not chase me. Really nice, really comfortable. But it happens very, very, very rarely in the duo mists. People somehow are just not that bored or stupid. I don't know. In the solo mist it's really insane. There are so many people that simply follow you the whole time, like the dudes in the beginning of my run. For no apparent reason. Probably pretty much just hoping that I will get annoyed after a while. Then try to fight them or something. I don't know. I mean, maybe it has worked one time against somebody. Who knows? Would be kind of nice if this rare adamantium ore actually respawned, to be honest. Would be kind of nice. This stuff is kind of expensive. I would very much appreciate it. 4 out of 11. Sadly, only a slate elemental down there. I've only checked out the edge so far. in the northwest, so time to check out the next layer. I've pretty much directly walked at the
Edge of the map.
another tier 8 gatherer. That's not very nice. And I'm going to go a very different way. Tier 8 miner. I mean, maybe I'm lucky and he's only able to gather tier 8 ore and no other tier 8 resources. Maybe not even other tier 7 resources. Who knows? But if I came into contact with him trying to gather something, I could bully him away, because I'm using 8.3 gear. I'm way stronger. So at least this would not be an issue. Thankfully. One advantage of actually using this random 8.3 tank runaway gear. A dungeon. People. Wobble. Well. Good luck in here. Actually going out of a tier 8 map into a tier 6 dungeon. Simply because you cannot really do anything here. All you can do without gathering tools is hope to find some public objective and get it for some reason. Or maybe randomly find some spider, but I don't know if you can do a spider with a wobble. Not the best PvE gear. I mean, spiders are really not that rough, so potentially doable. Any other nice special things in here, perhaps? Would love to find some more enchanted high tier stuff. My inventory is very full now. Now that I've gotten some random. There's a person, and it's a tier 7 fire dude. Hopefully he doesn't think that he can kill me here. Because he can't. Would just be wasting everybody's time. 11 pieces of tier 8 hide. I mean, I would have much rather preferred to find a special mob so I get the gathering speed bonus, because this is so insanely slow now. But still very good to find this kind of thing. Still very good. An artifact mob would have probably been quite a bit better. Still a very good thing to find when you have tier 8 tools. Especially Avalonian Tools. Getting the nice little extra 20%. I think 20% it is, right? Yeah. Pretty good. But I'm only level 31, so I'm gathering very slowly. Very slowly. You can see the time ticking on the top of my screen. I actually didn't look at the time when I started gathering this, but it would have been pretty interesting. I'm going to try to see how much time I need for one, and then I can just add it up. It's 56. 56 to what? Was it 2 minutes 56 seconds? Let's see how much it takes to get one. 44, so it takes me 12 seconds. 11 multiplied by 12. 120, 132 seconds. So it takes me 2 minutes and 6 seconds to gather this whole bird. That's pretty rough when the time is this limited. In this beautiful place full of tier 8 resources. Kinda rough to have to gather for such a long time. But I mean, the money that I'm getting from this bird is way too good to skip it. Can't say it any other way. Just too good. Just too good. Can't really skip it. So I got now 200k in 2 minutes and 60 seconds plus the time that I needed to kill it. Can't really skip that kind of thing. Those tier 8 resources are just too good to skip. 1 minute 30 left. But I mean, I anyways wanna just bring back the loot. Because my inventory is very full. Wouldn't really be able to loot very much anymore. Definitely some inventory space issues now. Anything else? Anything beautiful? There's a tier 3 mob. But I'm not sure if I can do it in 1 minute actually. There's a person, which is a gatherer. I think I need longer than 1 minute to kill this. It's very tanky, even though it's the least tanky. There was a tier 8 resource up in the north, but I don't remember if it was actually a resource mob or if it was just a plain resource. Just a plain good old marble stack. Hopefully I'm not going to get aggro. It's taking forever for me to gather those. Definitely taking me less time to get marble, because I'm already level 44 here. Still takes very long to gather this kind of stuff. Not going to get one more piece. And this tier 17. I wonder if they got anything at all. He had pork pie in his inventory, so maybe they were able to gather resources as well. Definitely possible that they were able to do so. I mean, he was using a moose. Or did he just kill somebody with a moose? I wonder. Putting away the loot quickly. So, and time to get going again. Do I have enough journals? I easily have enough journals. I really would not need to take this many stone journals with me when I bring back loot anyways, after like 2 or 3 mists, depending on how full my inventory is at that point. Duo lethal. Gathering area in a tier 6 map, level 6 map rather. Do I want to check that out and gather a bunch of tier 6 wood? Probably want to do that. Not like I got anything better to do in this map. Even though running around randomly is pretty good in here, because I can find wolves. And mist cougars. What are the wolves? Are those dire wolves? They're not dire wolves, right? There's some other kind of wolf, I think. Because the black ones in the forest are the dire wolves. So they gotta have a different name in here, right? Let's take a look at those wolf names. Once I find one. Which shouldn't take too long. Usually finding more wolves than mist cougars. Which makes sense, since mist cougars are the special resource mobs. And wolves are the normal resource. Lots of tier 6 wood, but every stack only having 1 piece. Still no idea if other people are actually gathering this kind of stuff, or if the stacks simply do not go any higher naturally. I could imagine that these stacks simply do not go any higher naturally. Like I almost never find 5 out of 5 stacks. Tier 6 fire mage with a scholar robe. Maybe Q-span build? It's been a while since I've seen a fire mage with a Q-span build. A lot of masterpiece items. Very low levels. Pretty valuable for being this weak. Even though he's not really weak, since he's just using a good build. So, ore and stone again? No stone in this one? Maybe. Haven't seen the whole one yet. Is there another gathering area in here? The thing in the north is a hide area, I believe. Which is usually completely empty for some reason. So yeah, this is ore and stone. Was this guy solo or why was he not wanting to fight me? I mean, I'm using 8.3 and it's impossible to catch me with this gear, but still. I could be stupid. Gotta give people the chance. I mean, his gear is really bad against my gear. And it's really totally impossible for me, for him to catch me. If I do not want to fight him. And I don't really look like I want to fight anybody with my Sterling cape, my knight armor, and my blood ladder on W on mobility. I really don't look like I want to fight anybody. But who knows? Who knows? Ah, Errol Wolfhound. Okay. That's the name, I guess. Kinda hard to hit both. But jumping around like that. But having 2 of those, I like it. This gathering area has been very good for me. Pretty good. Plus 85 cause Avalonian Tool. Sadly no gathering bonus plus 2 possible without gathering gear. Sadly. I mean, maybe with these weird days, like, what is it called? Activities? Sometimes there's some gathering bonus as well. Extra fiber for 1 day or something, I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. Because even if I potentially could benefit from it, there are probably some people going to gather because of that kind of day, and there are going to be less resources. So it doesn't matter that there's a bonus, because there is less of those resources in the world anyways. So I don't know. I mean, this doesn't count for the mists, to be honest. This also should not be a problem for the roads after the reset, right after the reset. So there are some exceptions to that, but it's not like I'm going to plan my life around being able to get a tiny bit more of a resource for gathering in the game. When is this map going to close? Found very little resource mobs in the last like 2 or 3 maps. But let me think. I found a lot when I was gathering in the Black Zone. In the mists? Today? I don't think I've found very many. In that one map I actually found a basalt and a wood tier 7 resource mob. But here in general, for some reason, I'm finding very few tier 6 resource mobs. I don't think I want to go for the wisp. in a tier 6 common mist. Transporting that blue thing in the tier 7 map only gave me like half a chest. That's not very interesting for the time that you spend doing it, even though I can basically continue gathering while I'm transporting, but I also got no mount in that time. Not very nice to not have a mount. Because the mount basically makes you invulnerable in the mist. Because of the mount, it's not really possible to die. Without a mount, a lot is possible. With just a little bit of bad luck. So the stuff is not respawning that quickly. Quite a few of these stacks are still gone because I took them. Good to know, good to know. So you really wanna dodge going the same way when gathering. Probably very similar for doing PvE in here, even though really nobody should be doing PvE here. Except for attracting PvP. Another feral wolfhound. Feels like a complicated name to me, but maybe that's just me. Who knows? Maybe that's just because I'm not a native speaker. Maybe because it's not my mother language. Who knows? Who knows? The trouble I've seen. Feels like I've spent a lot of time in this tier 6 mist already. If I look at OBS, it's probably only like 10 minutes. But it really feels like a long time already. But that's just how it is. I think like the maximum time it's like 20 minutes until it starts collapsing. Collapsing. And the minimum time is basically it's going down basically almost immediately after entering. Definitely possible. I already had that. Entering a mist and then 10 seconds later it was already spamming new wisps for me to leave because the mist was closing. Definitely happened already. So something between 0 and 20 minutes. Or maybe only 15, but probably 20. I think it was 20. There's a person doing PvE, but it's actually 2 people. Tier 7 gear. For a short moment I was thinking about doing an invisibility gank. I mean, I do have invisibility potions. At a spider it would definitely be an interesting thing. The chance for people not seeing me while I'm inspecting them also somewhat low as well. What's that? That's tier 5, I don't care. Wasn't there something here? Wait, that's a rare one. Let me take a look. If it's tier 6, I'm going to leave. I'm going to come back to this map because this one should be closing very soon. It is tier 7 though, so I'm going to stay. Is there a gathering area? This in the west should be PvE. Yeah. This in the northeast is also PvE. So there's basically no gathering area in this map. So let's just do it the normal way and check out every corner and everything else in general. Just check everything, except the PvE areas inside. Just hope to find something beautiful. But in general, I would say so far, I've been pretty lucky. I think. In terms of what mists I have been finding. So, you, my good sir, are quite valuable. Quite valuable. But sadly, he was not very much in danger. I would want to fight this guy, to be honest. I can counter his invisibility with my helmet. His undead cape is not really a problem if I save my E for executing him in the end. But the big question would be, would he try to fight me? He should also have quite a lot of mobility himself. But if I ever found him again... There he is again. And he's doing something there. But I would need to change this. Is he still doing something there? Is he doing mobs? Anywhere? I mean, here he would be too close to the exit already. It takes a while for me to kill somebody. I was definitely considering ganking him. Like this 4.3 gear, a 4.0 undead cape as well. He's quite valuable for being so weak. And he's actually somebody I can fight. Because he doesn't deal any damage himself either. And the item difference, the IP difference would be way too much for him to handle. So, 1 minute on my pork pie. Let's just eat preemptively, so I cannot forget about it. Boom. Switch to 4 roast pork. Switch a little bit. What passive do I have? I have the lifesteal passive on hit. Okay. Quite the valuable dude. If I see him doing any tanky mob, I will definitely gank him with invisibility. He's valuable, he's not dangerous. I do want to kill him. Very badly. Would be some nice extra loot. I would guess 350k? I don't remember his mount actually. Maybe his mount was also valuable. Best case scenario would be finding him at a spider or an artifact mob. That would be the best case, so I get twice the loot. Basically. And would make it easier for me to kill him as well. Would love to see that happen. And it may definitely happen. Like in the last mist runs, I definitely ran into 1 or 2 situations where I actually benefited a little bit from PvP as well. Got a tiny bit of extra loot. What the hell is this? Well, that's a little bit of tier 7 stuff. At this rate, I'm not going to find this guy anymore doing PvE. It's very interesting that he's not doing PvE in the areas. Even though he's pretty safe. He has quite a bit of mobility. With his weapon, he has double invisibility with his armor and his cape. Don't really remember what kind of potion he was playing actually. Don't really remember that. Maybe he even had invisibility potions. Possible. People do a lot of different stuff. Wouldn't surprise me if one of these 4 resources actually replenished itself while me being gathering stuff. I think I'm going to kill this mob. Enough resources for me to take here. Should be worth it. A wisp in the tier 7 map. It's a rare one, not a green one, like the one where I took the wisp. The chest is more interesting though. That's better. So I think I'm going to take a look at the chest actually in this map. Once again, it's a rare mist, so less dangerous people in here. Would of course be quite sad if the wisp then is a legendary one. Definitely timing wise very hard to contest both at the same time. Unless there's some super confident, super strong team that's trying to do both at once. Which is kind of reasonable to be honest, because once again it's a rare one. It's a rare mist. Very few dangerous people are going to be here. Happens very rarely. So kind of reasonable to go for both. But if they are split, they may be a little bit scared when an 8.3 dude is coming. Nice little juicy spider here. Would love to take that as well. But I'll go for the chest first. Well, is this guy solo? No, he's actually in a team. 8.2 cast staff. Well, I guess I'll not get the spider and I'm not going to get the chest. I think this guy even had invisibility potions. I'm definitely not going to mess with this. It happens very rarely that you find strong people in these situations here, but obviously it does happen. This chest is taken. Could theoretically think about ganking the spider, but to be honest, that's not very promising. I don't really want to fight somebody having an 8.2 masterpiece caster and a teammate. That's not really a good matchup. Ranged people are generally pretty strong against my build. This may be the friend of the curse staff, yeah. Pretty much looks like it. And I actually need to move, because they could try to gank me with invisibility. Definitely realistic. Even if they maybe, and I don't remember if they had, even if they maybe don't even have invisibility potions equipped, they may have them in their inventory. Definitely a possibility. He has an invisibility potion there. So I guess I need to move. Did he also have an invisibility potion? I don't know. But they really seem to be interested in me, so I need to move. I just need to get away. No point in risking anything. I'm very interested in seeing if I will see them again now. But they could actually try to play with sound. They could try to hear me gathering like this. Hear the noise of my stone hammer. So I'll play extra carefully. I'll walk in a circle. I'll go towards the medium area in the middle of the map. And then circle back around to the tier 7 bear. It's possible that they take the bear themselves though. Would be very sad, but there's nothing to do about that. If they choose to do so and are able to do so. I don't really remember what mounts they had. If they don't have any carry weight on their mounts, they may not be taking this kind of stuff. But we'll see very shortly. The bear was somewhere on the edge of the map. Yeah, I think I do remember where it was. Actually found a resource mob. To be honest, a resource mob in the tier 8 map would have been way better than a tier 7 resource mob, but can't have everything. And maybe I'm going to find another tier 8 map. Maybe I'm going to find a juicy enchanted tier 8 resource mob. It's all in the realm of possibilities. Very curious about the bear. This team once again didn't seem to chase me for forever. I can only repeat myself. It happens very rarely that people in dual mists chase somebody senselessly. This happens very rarely. Do I want to look into that? Probably not. Probably not. So let's look at the bear. 5.2 aura is pretty nice. But I'll probably not find too much of that. I may need to throw that stuff away. Where was the bear? There it is. 9 out of 9. Beautiful tier 7 hide. My level's probably not too high on that. And since I've went away so far from this, I don't think that they are randomly going to gank me here. I do not think so. I would guess that they would check out the medium area. The medium PvE area. Give me some gather bonus. Tier 7 hide, plus 60%. My levels are not that high for that kind of stuff. We need a little bit more leveling on that part. Level 50. Need to level a little bit more. Do I want to go a different way? Could walk closer to the river. Probably not worth it though. Probably much rather want to check out the edge of the map. Even though I've already seen a little bit here. While I was running away from that team. I could be killing this tree, but don't want to walk around this much. So this mist is closing, so I'm only going to take valuable stuff anymore. Just a common mist. Not going to take the bad stuff. 5.3. If it was anything but stone, then I would have been happy. Not gonna lie. Oh well, not that happy in the mist. Even tier 5 resources, they're not full. They're not full. Especially not when enchanted. On the other hand, I'm quite happy about finding this enchanted tree. I'm not rich yet, but at least I found a little bit of stuff here and there. And maybe my loot is not even that terrible. Not 100% sure. Sadly, only 1 out of 9. That should be pretty damn good. I even got 3 pieces, nice. How much is that? Let me guess. I would say 60k? 49.88888. Oh, a rare one. I feel like I'm kind of lucky with the Wisp rarity today. I found more rare wisps than green wisps, I feel like. This tier 7 elemental here is not enchanted, but it's still an elemental. Still a special resource mob with increased gathering speed. So I believe I should be taking this. I believe I should do so. Kind of gathering this as quickly as a tier 6 resource, while it's being worth
Almost twice as much as a tier 6 resource.
So I think I should be taking this, especially because I'm also not level 100 with all these tier 7 resources yet. 5.1, not really. Not really interested in that. Any other nice wisp, perhaps? 5.2. 5.2 height, especially. Like 5.2 height and ore are quite valuable. All the other stuff is a different story, but those two are quite valuable comparatively. Anything else? Somebody took some hide there. Any nice wisp, perhaps? Any nice mob, perhaps? 1 minute 30, I might be able to kill a tier 3 mob on level 7 in this time. Not 100% sure. 7.1 fiber, should take that. Should definitely take that. Maybe this is going to be... and another rare one. Another rare one. I actually need to kill those, but not really a problem. I did lose my Fort Sterling. My Q got uninterrupted. What the hell are the abilities of those mobs? What the hell? Please be tier 7. And it is tier 6 again. Do I want to go back? Let's go back. Still got the chance. I mean, not really. But still a better chance than in the other map. Because I may as well bring back the loot. If I don't find any good wisp. Normal one, I don't care. Or maybe some 7.2 resource standing on the ground. Wouldn't mind either. Okay, looks like I'm done with this one. Looks like I'm done. Time to bring back the loot quickly, because if I get into a tier 8 map now, I could get into trouble, especially if I do like a spider or get a chest or something. Get a non-common coffer. Oh, loot. Get out of my pocket. Get out of here. Okay. So, one more time, one more run. I believe. Let me quickly check something. Actually, I don't have enough time left anymore. Well, so this is going to be it for this run. Let's see. So I've been doing this stuff for 1 hour and 50 minutes now, and I do have 3.9 million loot. That is a tiny bit more than 2 million per hour. I mean, to be fair, I'm risking how much? 24 million worth of inventory, worth of equipment while doing this, but the chance of me dying is actually extremely low. So not that terrible. And there have been a couple of runs where I've gotten a little bit more than 2 million per hour. Because when you get lucky in these kind of situations, it's going to be quite a lot of money. And those things like the tier 8 artifact mobs and stuff like that can also occur and give me an extra 1 or 2 million for one artifact mob. But that is very rare. That happens like once in, I don't know, 7 hours or so. But still, that's like 1 or 2 additional million every 7 hours. So a nice little extra. But if I die one single time, then I will have lost a lot. So who knows if it is actually worth it to play the style, but it is extremely safe with double cleanse. It's just extremely safe. So not a bad run. Was okay, even though I didn't really find anything special, to be honest.